I thank the MNIT Alumni Association to give me this opportunity to share my views, my thoughts, the ups and downs of my journey with friends. First of all, let me thank you. We all cherish and owe a lot of our success to the fraternity which we belong, our college, which we are all proud of, erstwhile MREC and now MNIT. For me, success is not a destination, it's a journey. A journey which begins every day. As a principal, whenever I start my day, I always start with a feeling that I'm starting from scratch. I forget whatever has been achieved in yesterdays. I go to my office, go to my desk with the same feeling that, okay, today I have to rebuild things, today I have to start as if I've done nothing. That gives me a whole lot of energy, that gives me a whole lot of potential to prove. Because the best thing which one can do is to challenge himself to achieve greater heights. It is all about enlarging your canvas rather than changing your canvas. Most of the people, when they are doing a particular job and they don't achieve a particular result out of it, they normally result in changing the canvas. I thought that when you are not able to achieve the desired result, it's better to rework and slowly enlarge your canvas and feel successful about it rather than changing the canvas. And appreciation is normally a corollary to knowledge. So I just first thought that I can make a mark and space in this world only if I have the relevant knowledge about it. So my endeavor was to have knowledge about the subject to perfection. And I always used to work, whether I'm doing one job or I'm doing 10 jobs, I used to see that I can work diligently enough to achieve perfection in every job. Because when you do start doing something, it is only perfection which talks about you. You need not talk about yourself. And once the perfection talks about you, success is a corollary and it comes of its own. And that should be in your mind. Whatever job you're doing, whether you're proposing a small thing or you're proposing a big thing, you should be able to convince to people that this is the difference I'm going to make. This is the betterment I'm going to make. So that value addition is your assessment, because the energy was coming from sense of achievement, that I have done something which I wanted to do. So that's many times it was just the opposite. You couldn't feel that what you have done has been achieved. But that should not dissuade you. That should be the source of further energy, because there is always a will inside you to prove yourself correct or correct yourself. And I would like to share some very practical experiences. So when I started consulting, building started coming up, people thought, okay, this man can do something. They started believing in me. I started transforming their beliefs into reality. That was pure hard work. There's no substitute to hard work. But again, there is a spiritual and an enlightened thought which is required throughout this process. That's a process of how you will feel that if you're working with the goal to achieve something, probably your focus would be limited. But if you're working to achieve perfection without achieving something for your own self, and you have a selfless approach, probably your focus would be wide and you'll be able to achieve much more than what you could have ever thought. So what my experience, what I felt inside me is my selfless approach, my greedless approach always gave me success in the work. And finally, the success in the work becomes your success. So I concentrated on making my work a success rather than making me a success. So a selfless approach is what I felt helped me a lot. So when I achieved something in a particular sector, I thought, let me enlarge this canvas and use this skill to a better use for a better society which we can create. So I started thinking about cities, and I started doing the city of Jaipur. Just now I finished the city of Amritsar. Kota I earlier finished. Now I'm doing Banaras, Mysore, Vrindavan Gardens, and so many other projects which we are working on at the moment. The whole story is, I thought, let us use my innovative skills and my perfection and the learning which I had during this course of 27 years to a much larger canvas. So when you address a larger canvas, you have more takers, you have more recognition, you have high stake players. You have to build that confidence slowly inside you that you can deliver to those high stake players. Your responsibility grows, and that comes with knowledge, that your knowledge has to support so that you're able to deliver that responsibility to all of them. Enlarging the canvas is a continuous process. It doesn't stop. Your skill, your knowledge, and your commitment, your diligence to achieve perfection of your work is the only mantra for success. So all these things, they might sound to be very big adjectives at times, but that's the reality of life. It is the journey. I started doing cities, and I'm very happy that I've been able to transform my thoughts into reality. My team worked with me. I was able to inspire my team to work with me. Whenever I used to work for 18 hours, I never found my team shying away from working. So that gave me another energy, that when my team can work, why cannot I work more further? So to be a leader requires to perform more than what a team member is doing. So that urge inside you to perform better keeps you always on your toes. I always find that if I would be doing at the age of 21 what I am today, how would I be doing that job? With the same energy. So the energy comes from my mind, in which I find myself like a child, and the perfection comes from the knowledge which I've accrued in these many years. So believe me, be a child always. Try to be as young as possible inside your mind. Try to live the best of your life. So innovating ideas, innovation is the skill which is required, creating a difference for the future. That's how you'll realize that people will realize you, your space. And if you are able to create a space for yourself, that'll come only when you innovate something new for the world. So creating that new was more important for me, and that enhanced my own personal creativity, that kick inside me to do everything differently every day, created perfection in my work, which is a continuous process, as I told you. So that's how it continues. That's all philosophical, which I've told you. Makes sense of a lot of words. The journey continues. I was able to achieve good buildings. I was able to achieve, but I always remembered one story, that there was an artist and a sculptress who used to create beautiful sculptures, and the king and the people of the town and the country used to appreciate him. Oh, what a wonderful job you have done. And he used to laugh about it. One day he created a sculpture, or whatever creation you may call, and everybody appreciated him in the same skilled way. Okay, what a wonderful job you've done. But that man was crying that day. So everybody asked, you used to be happy about your creation, why are you crying today? So his answer was, every time when I used to look at my own creation, I used to find faults with it and be happy that, see, everybody is appreciating, but I am able to find fault in it, and I'll improve it next time. Today, when I'm not able to find fault with my own work, I think that God has taken away that skill out of me, and that's why I'm crying. So find errors in yourself. Find errors in your work. That is your best teacher. In my life, my best two teachers are my own successes and my own failures. I had a wonderful journey, a journey which continues. I feel that whatever thoughts I have shared with you is the basis on which I work. I developed my own skill of sketching, my computer skills and everything. So all that I'm not going to talk to you. Every field has its own skills. Every man is skilled. Every man is equal in his skills. It's only how he potentially put it across. So, and I believe that every man has same potential as anybody would have. The only thing is how he uses his potential. So he has to be focused, diligent. Thank you guys for letting me talk to you and sharing some of my thoughts. It was something interesting which I would enjoy listening myself, and I must have bored you also a bit, but fine, that's what is fun. You talk, you bore, but the life continues with a sense of a pinch of salt that, okay, something to add to it. Thank you guys, and again I would say 3 cheers for our college MNIT. We all owe everything to this fraternity which we all cherish.